Hi, I'm Damon from Joy. Going to run through a couple of things to make sure that you've got your ISOFIX or belted seat installed correctly in the car. So to start off with, when we're looking at a belt fitted seat, it is all about the belt routing and the tension of the belt to ensure that we've got those two sufficiently tight. So with regards to the belt, the lap belt section, and most importantly at the beginning part of that lap belt, needs to be tight enough we can flick it and make a noise. If it's tight at the beginning, of course that tells us then that the entire belt routing is sufficiently tight. In the event of a collision, the inertia reel will lock and engage, keeping all that good work we've done to start with and making it work as correctly. Now, there'll always be movement on these seats, so with regards to these, they're pretty stable, but there is still movement on the shell itself, which is there to help energy absorption. Of course, with a belted seat, the seat belt itself, when sufficient load is there, will also stretch, making the seat move further, but of course stopping that child moving so severely against the sides of the seats. Now, the beauty with the Joy ones is we have energy absorption materials built within the side sections as well, but of course that bit of movement does help the energy absorption, reducing the injuries from the little one. When we look at ISOFIX type products like this iSpin that we've got here, of course the beauty with these are we're not worrying about the belt routing or have we got it tight enough, etc., because we've got the lovely green indicators. So of course we're just clicking it into the car, making sure that both of the rear indicators are green. This particular one's got the indicator on the top of the load leg, but if it's at the bottom on some of the other models, so long as we've got that green, we're telling ourselves that they're in sufficient contact with the vehicle floor. Now what we don't want to do here is overextend that leg, so I've got a huge gap underneath the support leg end. A gap at this end is not a problem because some car manufacturers will lift the ISOFIX to get a better angle when the ISOFIX systems are in. So a gap at the seat end is not a problem, but we want to drop the base down to the floor. So we're dropping that down so it's in contact. Drop the load leg down and then make sure it's just one more position so it's a good firm contact and not overextended when it's in the vehicle. So long as we're green at the back on both sides, green on the load leg, with a rotating seat like this, we're good to go. Movement wise, because these are a rigid connection, we'll find we do have about 2 inches of movement somewhere around there, and that energy is dissipated while that movement itself, rather than it being completely rigid, the poor child would move against there and all the energy would be onto the child. So this bit of movement helps the energy start to dissipate within the shell and the structure of the seat before the energy absorbing materials in the side here get into work, reducing again the pressure to the little one. Now, the only difference we get is when we look at an infant carrier, we'll actually have a third indicator on the base system itself. So of course we still have the ISOFIX indicator, but we've got to make sure both of those two are green. The load leg again, making sure that's correctly in contact with the floor and not overextended, green again. But then we'll have the third indicator that tells us that the seat shell is connected safely to the base system itself. So again, because these are moving parts and it's all rigid, we will have movement in the seat itself as that connects and as it connects to the vehicle chassis. We'll also have a bit of movement on the base, very, very similar to the one we've got installed here. But that movement is fine and good, so long as those indicators are all green, we've got a safely and correctly installed ISOFIX seat. Thank you.